Aye, because it's no, we're not doing the full things, it's just the wee things, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, I'll do this for you. It's a wee sap.
There's a stock for this one.
I've got them in my hand.
Right.
That's the plug on there, right? You got that?
I'll get this one.
Aye, right, that's fine.
Right.
Right, I've got tasting notes here. Pass them down to the team that needs them soon, so they'll be wanting the water and their glasses.
Right, we're ready to go. 33.
On the big TV. What source did you want it on? HDMI 3? There you go.
Oh, he's got to know it. No, problem is I'm looking about that.
Seen it. Are folk able to hear us, Tony, and we can't hear them or see them yet? Can they? They're on! How's
it go?
I don't know, should we tag in?
No.
Well, we're on! Hey! Warm welcome to the Market Grills 1775 Whisky Passport, coming live from where?
Centre of the universe.
Nanu.
Al fresco in White Craig, would you ever believe it?
That's it. And it's cracking. Look at it. We've got it all going on. The night tatty peel.
We've got a dozen of them here on pub watch. They can't get in the pub. That's sound. Let me see us.
And there's 5 of them still in there eating their din-dins.
Are they?
Aye.
Well, that's why we're late, because your service was late and slow as well.
That was it. They're all knocked us off course. But anyway, we're here. And as of course, we've got on my left-hand side, we've got Tatty Peel, a.k.a. Neil Forbes, the man with the short arms and the deep pockets. Yeah.
No cash.
Sorry. He's a job, no cash.
Poor pensioner.
That's it. And then, of course, we have T-Boney that's doing the music and the sound. And, of course, there's Pork Chop tucked away in the background there. Evening, Pork Chop and T-Boney. And then, of course,
the ugly table.
Oh, aye. I wouldn't say anything else, but I was going to say it starts with an F for ugly. But anyway, and of course, normally we have Jay-Z and Nanu. And how is Jay-Z the night?
No, I spoke to him last weekend. They gave me a new laptop. I had to buy a new laptop last weekend.
And he just stole it. Did he just freshly steal it?
Sorted it all out.
That was good.
Yeah, good lad.
So how many years was that taking to get fixed?
17 and a half.
17 and a half.
I'd hear when I bought it first.
Oh, aye, a middle parting as well. So, I know, well done. And, of course, JC's not with us. But, as always, we're still thinking about him. And
Absolutely.
What have we got tonight?
We've got 3 incredible whiskies tonight. The first one is Fetter Cairn, nice Highland. Fetter Cairn Fask.
Oh!
It's almost like a Doric word, that, isn't it? A fash. It's a fash.
Here's the back shift coming in, boys. Here's the back shift coming in.
Aye. What? They just get the bail out of Dalkeith Police Station, have they?
Yeah, that's
just
it.
got let out there. The first one's the Fetter Cairn Fask. Nice Highland from not the nicest area to have a distillery, but up just outside Lawrencekirk off the A90, I think is Aberdeen Road. The second one is Glen Scotia for Camelton.
Oh.
It's a Victoriana. I think you got a pizza in the Victorianas or something like that. Was that
pizza pie.
Was that no one of the dance clubs in the 70s and 80s, Victorias or something like that? No, before my time. And we're going to finish off with a lovely Annock from Knockdhu Distillery up in Highland as well. I think it's Huntly that one's from. And I saw one of them is actually a cash, but I think it's the Glen Scotia.
That's the cash.
It's a 54 point something. 54 point something cash strength, so that'll be quite interesting. There'll be a few staggering out here tonight, I'm sure, GB.
Usually is. And I think the Fask, that's got a wee different percentage in it. I think it's about 42 or something like that as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got to use a 42, I think it was, yeah. 42%, that's right, yeah. It's a nice colour, actually.
It's lovely. You can't get it anymore. So this is very special. But, of course, what I was getting at, what do we have going on tonight, wasn't necessarily meaning the whiskey. Who have we got in the audience?
Oh, right, hooligans! Absolutely!
Can you get everybody, Tony? Right? Why, aye? Canny bag of soda.
We've got the Saga table. George being the youngest at that table with a country mile. I can see that one there.
We've got Jamie and the team from Sunny Pennycook up there at the back. We've got, where's Johnny Walker? Johnny Walker's done a runner. Oh, he's away for a pint. There we go. Hello, everybody. Do your wives know that you're out?
We've got the panners up the corner as well.
Oh, aye. That's it.
It's like a weekend away to Blackpool for half his folk. Pressing pans and Pennycook getting out to fight Craig for a weekend. Bloody hell.
Fife. That's alright. We're alright. At least we would leave in one place. Now, I'm just looking to see who we've got on the TV tonight. Watching in John Doherty, Gregor McWee, and then is that over in Portland, Gregor? Nice to see you.
Well, he's got a big screen, you can read it on that.
I know, but what the thing is I can't see who else has been on there.
Even I can see that.
Can we go back a couple of, see who else is in? That's Robert Young sitting up the top there. Aye, sticking to your tyre fitting, Tony. Oh, he's a wee rascal. Aileen. Aye, he's on the bravery pills up there. Brian Johnston sends his regards. He can't be with us tonight, which is just as well. Thank you.
Brian for a while.
Yeah. Jim Barry, dripping the roof. He's over there in sunny, I was going to say Broxburn or Livingston. Stephen Johnston. That reminds me, I'm looking for you for the Waverley Steamer. Michael Kelman, nice to see him back. And then, of course, from Sweden,
he's going on. Go on.
What's he like?
Go on. Green apples. Oh,
why doesn't everybody do it with us?
I refuse. No, I'm in the half now. I'm in the half.
On the count of 3. Oh no.
Keep introducing the.
Anyway, right. Who else have we got? James McDonald.
Susan Innes.
Susan Innes.
Yeah.
Where did you see her?
Somewhere up there on the gin.
That's it.
Yeah, that the cocktails. The First Lady as well. I saw the First Lady there.
Susan Allen there.
Susan Allen's not on the telly today.
I just seen her there. Right.
Right,
on the count of 3, everybody. Green apples. 1, 2, 3. Green apples. There we go. Yay!
How'd you go?
Green apples. Well, anyway, good. We're all getting the wheels turning. What any special events we've got coming up, Tatty Peel, before we get stuck in about the drams?
Just to London on the 3rd of October for the Whisky show. And I meant to email you today because I've not got your room requirements yet. Everybody else has got that sorted out.
Oh, I told you about single.
Are you single?
Aye. No, I said the twin actually, in case somebody wants to come down at the last minute. I know what will happen.
I've got problems. I can't get a flight. They've cancelled that flight on the Saturday evening for me. So I'll need to get a 7 o'clock flight in the morning. So.
Well, that's not too bad.
breakfast.
That's fine, that's fine. I tell you what I was going to tell you was I have been on communications, and this is where Sven will get excited. The Swedish whiskey company, Makyra, are having a couple of Aswalies, one on the Friday and one on the Saturday night, and we've been invited to them.
In London?
They're in London. They're not actually holding the part. They're not actually going to the event, but they're having sort of a host evening, take over the bar and do all their whiskey.
I might cancel my tour then.
So anyway, so we're getting to go to that, and of course all the team that's coming down was on the Friday. We're going to the brewery on the Friday, gin distillery on Saturday, and then of course we've got the whiskey show on the Sunday. And that's
plenty of room. Big hotel. Big hotel.
That's it. So anyway, right. Everybody got whiskey in the audience? Everybody happy? Okay, that's correct. If we weren't happy, what would we do? Duff. That's it. I need to try and see if my internet's working, Tony. I didn't like not having my things up.
Oh, he's panicking. His computer's not working.
Gregor usually has it for me.
I told you, Tony. His internet was known. His computer was the working. Be happy.
Let's see what's going on here. Let's just so I can see what everybody's saying. Anyway, Susie, gunpowder gin for her tonight, Susie Ennis.
Gunpowder gin.
Oh, that's it.
I saw her and Julie Miles were out in the Raz the other week there in the garden shed.
That's when everybody gets scared, eh?
Oh,
They'll do a runner. They do a runner. So what have we got first, dear T-Boney?
First one. What?
Yeah,
I'll shout to him there.
just to put it on screen.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it there, Tony. Right. First one of DGB is Fetter Cairn Fask. Fetter Cairn, it's just outside. It's a wee village just outside Longskirk, up on the Aberdeen Road. You probably know the most. That's a bright one. It's probably know the most salubrious of places to have a distillery. It was a farmer opened it way back in 1824. I thought it was 1825 actually, but they never ever opened it, and it was. Exactly what's going to come with that in the nose if you've been following us for the last 18 months.
And make sure you don't hold the glass, hold underneath the glass so you don't put smudge. Oh, Jamie's got his, the boys have got their apples. Yay!
Didn't throw them, but didn't throw them.
They've lost sound, they can't hear you again. So what did we say?
Green apples.
I think we've done that, and we're doing a quick recap. Beautiful whiskey.
Yep.
I got a
toffee, caramel, a wee bit honey. You got pork spears. I would say baked apples. That's all I got. Apple crumble, apple pie, sultanas, raisins, a wee bit of spices, some clove, nutmeg. Yeah, a wee bit there, but it's a nice, soft, mellow, sort of lovely whiskey on that. So we got a wee taste of it.
Got the sound back again.
Have we? Okay.
That's it. Steve Mackenzie's joined in. Nice to see him. He was doing a gig the day they were working away, so he wasn't sure if they could get here.
Steve Mackenzie doing a day's work.
Oh!
Going the same sentence.
And there's the First Lady saying there was no sound.
Aye.
But,
Steve's looking good actually. He's doing his exercises and everything. Good on him.
Yes, he's doing well.
So we've got a wee taste of it. Slange.
Slange, yeah.
Quite a spice. Cloves, cinnamon coming through on the spices, but followed very quickly with the fruit, the toffee, the caramel, honey there, and I would say stewed apples rather than pears, Graham, because it's like the boys have got the Granny Smith apples I can see there. And that's really draws you together.
I can feel that soaking in. I've got to say it's certainly soaking in.
Yeah, but as it settles in, sort of medium finish, it settles a bit sweeter with the caramel, the honey, all coming through. Not as nice on the palate as I thought it would be on the nose.
I think it's a cracker.
But we'll have a wee touch of water now. This is a lovely colour. To have a wee look at the light.
Can you see this, folks?
You just see the oil separating. Absolutely wonderful there. Just let it do. And they should take all that spice away from you. Should give you more aroma on the caramel and the toffee. On the nose, it doesn't really change the nose at all. Still, the caramel toffee is prominent there, but the spices were prominent on the palate. We'll try it in the palate.
That's a cracking drop, I've got to say. I'm liking that.
Oh, what a difference with water in it, though.
Yep.
Because without the water, the spices were so prominent. It took a few seconds to get the caramel toffee honey coming through. But
Did you say toffee pennies?
Toffee pennies?
You know, like at Christmas time when you go into the... is it your quality streets and you get the toffee? You know the wee thing.
Oh, the purple sort of. Aye.
Well, the silvery gold ones.
Is it?
But like pennies, but toffee. Toffee pennies. Come on, folks, chuck me a bone here.
What was the old penny chews used to get? The green kind of.
The coup, the Highland coup.
I can't David Pringle weekend that. They wrote in the 1940s, pre-war. But no, but a touch of water, that really does. It almost reminisces of a cast strength. Because sometimes a cast strength is that hot and fiery, and you need that touch of water there. But it was too spicy for me without the water. But put a couple of drops of water, softens it. You get the caramel honey coming through. Join the spices, the dried fruit. Absolutely.
I think that's a cracking. Folks out there, what do you think down the bottom there? Panners, do you like that? Oh, can we go out here and let someone see this? What we're going on? Hey, Tatty Peel.
He's happy now.
Bubble! Right, folks, let's jump down the bottom here. Let's see the Davy Pringle.
Better with water.
He likes it with water. There we go. Over.
Canny bit of water.
Water. Susan, a canny bag of Tudor. Oh, who likes it without the water on? Everybody likes it, boys. What so far?
Good, it's with the water.
Right, good. Yeah, you're enjoying that. Is that your favourite whiskey for this evening so far? Yeah, right up there. What about this Johnny Walker over here? Look.
Certainly brings the coffee notes out.
There we go. Right, that's it. We won't overdo it with the streaking of the audience. How we enjoy with that?
Mine's gone, son.
Whoa, it's done a Houdini. And there's pork chop. Right, well done, Tatty Peel. Did you like that?
I like that. I got piece for 30 seconds. It was wonderful.
Well, we'll be doing that again.
Oh, that was really nice. That certainly gets the seal of approval, Jamie.
Come on then. These have got folk to join me for
once.
once.
Got folk to join. Oh, I can't believe that. You shower of saddles. Every single one of you. I can't believe you've got that.
That's good.
I'm pleased though. It'll keep them happy for the rest of the night, so we'll be all right.
That is. I really enjoyed that whiskey.
But water, definitely, Graham. Definitely. I forgot to say, Fair Cairns White Mackay as well, isn't it?
Well, I was about to tell you the story of how we actually ended up getting this whiskey, because you can't get it for love nor money. That was our good friend Davy Brown.
Oh yeah.
He had a couple of bottles in the house, and I'd said I'd been looking for different stuff to try for these nights. Just specifically stuff that you can't normally get. So he was good enough. I managed to buy a couple of bottles of them. I thought he might donate them to the cause, but no. You think Tatty Peel's tight-fisted. Oh my goodness me.
Ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Number
for some
two.
reason I can't see all the other comments coming up here, Tony.
John Docherty can easily drink
Is
it all
that
night.
anybody else selling things? I see Dr. Briggs is on tonight, which is good, all the way over from Philadelphia. They've just been hit by a big hurricane, haven't they?
Aye.
The big northwest, so I'm sure they would have stocked up with lots of beer.
I see.
Oh, Julie, yes, much better. There's the First Lady. Oi!
Sorry.
Right, okay, fine, right.
You should go buy me a drink at the.
Rotary Conference. I thought we should have done our broadcast on the Friday night from the conference.
Are we due to do that?
I don't know. 2nd and 4th? Maybe we are.
Could be. I don't know.
Could be. I don't
Is
see.
it 23rd, 24th?
20. Aye, I think it's the.
I was going to go through on the Saturday morning though.
Oh.
But, well, I could do the Friday night if that's better.
Or will they cancel the plane for you as well?
Number 2.
Right, number 2, just for you.
Glen Scotia. We've tried a couple of Glen Scotias before, I remember. And I'm not overly impressed with them. It's owned by Loch Lomond Distilleries. Loch Lomond are okay whiskies, but I actually like their smoky expressions. They're a wee bit nicer. I think they're softer than their standards. Victoriana, I have no idea where that comes from. It's 40%. Oh no, it's 54.2. This is the car strength one. So this could be really interesting. Campbelltown, and that's the old song. David Pringle going is a wee verse.
Oh, Campbelltown Lock, I wish you were whiskey. Campbelltown Lock, okay. Oh, Campbelltown Lock, I wish you were whiskey. I would drink you dry.
So, why?
But what's this I see in front of me? Enough to me.
Why was that song created? Because Campbelltown was the biggest area of distilleries in Scotland in the late 1800s. There was over 30 distilleries in that small town. There you go. And they've all shut down, and I think it got down to 1 at one time.
Yeah.
I think there's 5 now, or something like that. So that's what
they were losing their state. They were going to lose their status, so they had to reopen again. So I think they're all owned by the same company now, are they? Scott Watson can keep us right because he does bits and bobs with them. So.
No, I think I can't remember what's all there now, but I'm sure there's 5 there now. But yeah, some people still
have
call
to go
it
and visit.
A good idea on the White Arn. But some people reckon it's still a region of whisky in Scotland, but it's not. It's lost the status of that. And that's driven purely by Diageo, I suppose, the regions. You know what we're like for the regions of whisky. I disagree with them. It's the flavour map is far more accurate and better to gauge your whiskies for. So Victoriana, 54.2% APR, I was going to call it.
Oh, aye.
Comes up with a mortgage.
As long as it doesn't cost you any money, you'll not
That's
panic.
before you even taste it. ABV, have a look at the colour of it. A damn sight lighter. It's a wee bit not normal. I think, if I remember correctly, that this is it's not double matured. It's extra toasted or roasted. They call it on the casks now. I was having a wee look yesterday, I think it was, just to see that. So that gives you that darker colour. And those of you remember when we went for the world record, I always say generically that the lighter colours is American oak. The darker it is, it's longer in the sherry, and that is a generic statement, a historical statement. But as Dr. Bill Lumsden actually says to us, remember last time he was on our show, was he was actually saying that now they toast it a lot, so that doesn't really go as accurate as what it used to be. But it's still a rule of thumb. The darker it is, like this, you'll get the caramel, the toffee, the honey coming through. The lighter it is, you'll get the vanilla, the citrus, the grass and all that sort of stuff, the bouquet of flowers and that sort of thing. You got a bouquet of flowers today?
I do. It's funny, I did. It was my mum and dad's wedding anniversary the other day there. And my auntie and uncle were up, so on purpose I never bought them a gift on their wedding anniversary because I didn't want to make my auntie and uncle jealous. So the day after I presented them with a card and gift. But it was purely on purpose.
Just having you as a son must be enough.
I've told them that before, Tatty Peel. I've told them that before. And Gregor's wanted to keep this a secret from Glencairn so he can get all the whiskey over there in the States. And I seen Michael Kelman pass the comment, but I can't even see what he said. Did we say that? Say that.
So anyway, the colours. So we had a wee explanation of the colour there. Before we have a nose, we better do the legs. I've lost my place here.
Oh, let's see the legs.
Legs are interesting. Very slow. Very deep legs. Yeah.
Deep legs.
But they're quite, like when you look at them, they're quite bulbous going down there. Look at that.
Bulbous.
Aye,
Oh, does that go with the
it's lovely.
green bananas?
Quick nose of it is very interesting.
See, Tony's done a good job. Look up on the screen here.
Where? Oh.
Do you see it?
Aye.
You're not that blind, are you? It's massive.
On the flavour map.
That's
pretty interesting, actually. The nice smoke whatsoever. Once again, we're actually just coming a wee bit down to the light here because I just think it's on the nose a wee bit. So maybe just off the centre line, both sides, just into here, slightly light and delicate as you come across here. But no, there's a wee bit vanilla coming from it. The dryness, citrus, but there's a sweetness to the citrus. It's more like an orange rather, or even a lime, rather than the lemon. It's not zesty in any way. I think it's a wee bit salty. Toffee? You get toffee there, Davey?
Anybody get anything else? Don't be shy. Anybody get vanilla curds? Milky. Vanilla
the vanilla sort of coming through there. There's quite a lot of fruits coming out. Like orchard fruits coming through it. A real nice, sweet sort of dryness off the fruit. A wee bit hay.
Hot grass.
Grass, yeah. I would say with the hay coming as well, yeah. That's nice. Let's have a wee taste of that then.
Oh, yes.
Flange again.
Slange to the tatty peel. You liking that one, Johnny? Boys. Phil, how you getting on with that? Liking it?
Even at 54%, that's actually quite... The first bit on your lips here is really, really intense.
Oh, aye.
Really peppery. But as it sits there, you get the medium finish, the fruits coming through. I'm getting black currants and that sort of thing, blackberries, that sort of thing, vanilla. But there is, Davey, I hear what you're saying with that toffee now. Vanilla dryness, but it's hard to say if it's toffee or not. It's quite a difficult one, but really nice for a 54%.
That's a really nice drum there. That
quite
really
intense,
is.
so that's the only thing.
Yep. I don't think I think it's about the 50, 60 pound price point, which is pretty good for. This is nice. I think that's a cracking me drop. Don't know if you can get that over there, Gregor. It's fair in. Oh, you missed the first. You missed the first whiskey on the map. Are you sleeping?
On the nose, just with 3 drops of water there, really, really just takes it all the way down. I thought the first thing it hit me was quite salty, and peppery.
Oh, I can get the salt now.
But with the touch of water there, it's certainly like marmalade oranges, Seville oranges, really, really sweet citrus, vanilla. But I'm not getting the dryness of vanilla, but it's almost like a vanilla custard.
Very tasty. Let me go and see what some of the audience is saying there, Tatty Peel.
Right, I'm going to have a wee taste of it.
You have a wee slug of that. Right, I'm coming over here to my young compadre, Jamie. I remember when Jamie used to have a middle parting. Can you get him there? What you reckon, Jamie?
Water totally changes that one.
What, are you liking it? How did you feel it on the lips first?
It's pretty spicy, but yeah, let's taste
it. Lovely. Do you like cast strength? Are you normally 40% or do you go all the way?
I think anything you guys tell me.
Spice if it's cider and if it's out a boot or something like that. Right, team, we'll get up here. How's the boys getting on with this one?
Better with green apple.
Green apples! That's it, over there. Everybody's enjoying it. Right, up to the panner table. How are we getting on? You liking that one?
Isn't it a bit strong for me, I think?
You think so? Just another wee drop of water might...
Try putting a wee touch extra water in it, guys. Didn't be shy on the water. No.
I know what you're on about. Aye.
We only put the couple
Just
of drops in.
Put a bit more water in it, just if it's a
just
bit
put
too
that in
strong
to
for
change
you.
it a bit.
You know, Susan puts... Yeah, I think it's great. Sip. Certainly warms you up on a cold night.
Graham, they're obviously for the top fans. They need more water in the whiskey.
Prosecco in
boys for
ours
the bottom
there.
fans wouldn't have that.
Aye. That's it. Look at this 3 here, finished them already. Look, they're just in a carry out. Eh? You can take them out of Newcastle, but you can't take the Newcastle out of them. Right. Well done, Tatty Peel. That is an absolutely...
Yeah. You get with the water, it really softens it, makes a massive difference. The orange is prominent, black currants. You're getting that dryness. No blackberries. What's black currants?
Black currants.
Is it black currants? I'm thinking of the wee ones, which are bittersweet. You get that bitterness here. You're getting quite a lot of oakiness coming from it. But that is a lovely, lovely whiskey. That's definitely the best. I've not been impressed with the Glen Scotias that we've tried.
But that's
really impressed with that. That's really good. Yep, certainly gets the seal of approval.
What do you think about that one, folks? Yep. So what does that mean? You don't like it, Jamie. Alright, we get that. No, I thought that was a cracking one, Tatty Peel. Really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
you know, for being a cash strengther, I certainly would be having a few more drops of that.
Yeah,
you know,
it tells you here, finished in the finest deep charred oak casks.
Ah.
So there you go. So yeah, it's almost just American oak, which gives you that
right.
that full flavour sort of thing. Yeah, absolutely good. And now for the big one.
The biggie. This is a ton and a bit of bottle. This one, folks.
I'll give you the big one.
I can't tell a lie. I had this one at Christmas. I actually managed to accidentally buy myself a bottle, but probably pork chop drank it. So
yeah,
yes.
So it's Anok, 46%. Anok is Huntley, and it's Knockdhu distillery. Anok is just the expression they give from there. And it's quite an old one. It's 1893, and it was again a farmer. All these 1800 distilleries were opened to a farmer, but they never actually traded it. Very early on, it was actually sold to DCL.
All right.
I thought DCL was only about in the 1950s, 60s, but DCL were the massive blenders of all times, and they were just buying all the distilleries around the country to get their single malt for it.
Right.
So DCL, which became Scottish Distillers, which then became
United Distillers, and then became
Diageo. Yeah, so it's been in there for a long time, but I think now it's owned by InBev.
Oh, is it InBev?
InBev, the Thai company, the InBev Distillers or something like that.
No, InBev Brewery, no. That's interesting. I'll need to find out so we can get to.
We've had a couple with them. I'm sure it's Inver or something like that.
I'm sure Michael will look it up.
They're a Thai company. Michael, let us know.
Let us know.
As he says.
What year is the Anna? This was a 24-year-old.
It's a 24.
It doesn't actually say when it was popped in. The bottle.
I'll let them all know. Tell you that.
No. But certainly it's a nice for a wee 24. I mean, I've got to say, what do you think the oldest bottle of whiskey we've had today on the show's been? I don't think we've had anything over 25, have we? Or 24, 22. Maybe this is it, potentially.
I think the Aberlour and Glenfarclas were 21s.
That's right,
So
right.
I think this is
This could be the oldest one we've had in the show.
It's not the most salubrious of distilleries, and so it doesn't get the same recognition. But I remember we done it was a peated expression they had.
Yes, it was nice.
They had an excellent, one of the best peated ones I've had actually was Anok. Inver or something like that, distilleries from Thailand. I don't know who they sell to. I would suspect Diageo. Be an ingredient for one of Diageo's blend.
And they'll probably ship it overseas and inflate the money. And
it wouldn't surprise me if the Anok, it's not that not the most salubrious and popular of distilleries or expressions. I would think this is a lot of the bottlers will buy this
to put
into their own sort of independent bottlers and that sort of thing. Because it's a really nice whiskey. It's a very much underrated whiskey. So we'll have a wee look at it anyway.
I totally agree with Gregor. It's an absolute cracker.
Nice colour on it. Again, it's almost the same as the Glen Scotia there, but I think this is double matured. It doesn't actually tell us that, but when you look at the colour of it, certainly we're not going to have two in a day.
That's it. Steve McKenzie was saying that you're the oldest thing that's been on the show.
But as I say, Steve, I can go on a diet as well. You're ugly, pal.
Oh, that hurts. Yeah! We don't have this. He's going to cry himself to sleep tonight. You know that?
No. Steve doesn't go in the huff with me.
If you hear the car screeching in a minute.
No, actually, I've just read that you two were the oldest in the show.
What, the band?
No. Is that? Oh, is that?
Oh, yeah, I didn't.
You.
Like you.
Well, maybe I'm the oldest, but you look the oldest.
Not at all.
Where were we? I've no idea. Looked at the colour. Yeah, obviously a second maturation there, but the colour in it looks a nice colour. Nice sweet sugar in the glass.
Sugar, everybody sugar it just a little bit.
No, I can't see it. Oh, there we go now. Really slow legs. Really, really slow.
Oh.
Wide, you just see them just opening up there. Lots and lots of oil in that one.
Yeah.
And definitely nice and rich. Quickly on the nose, no smoke whatsoever, so we've not got a smoky one this week.
No smoky.
It's actually quite a nice
I thought
nose,
it was
that.
maybe a wee bit of something like that, but it's nice. Right, Tatty Peel.
This is quite a challenge, this one, actually. It's they're all very much in the same area. The first one sat just across here, I think. Second one there, and I would actually put the third one in between them almost. You know, just on a nice wee parallel there almost. It's not as dark, not as rich. Certainly vanilla, toffee, some caramel coming through in it. Dried fruit, raisins. You know, this is a classic raisins, spices, ginger, the Christmas cake feeling.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Chocolate, nice dark Bourneville chocolate, Davey.
None of your Jamaican.
I've not had any of that for a while.
I know.
That's Martin. That was the best chocolate I've had in years, Martin. That box that Barry sent me. Took me 3
Michael
ones.
Kelman's got COVID, I think he says. You can't get any of the nose of these things tonight. I hope I never passed. I was up seeing him the other day there. I hope I never passed it on to him.
A wee taste anyway, slange.
Anyway, drink the whiskey, it'll help you. Slangy poos.
Oh, that's smooth. That's lovely. Real toffee, caramel. Oh.
Green apples. Come on then. Shall we try again? 1, 2, 3. Green apples. That's better. I give them a right. Well done.
I only get Ian Brown to write a song about green apples.
Dad knows a song about little green apples.
Aye.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say.
How does it sing? How does it go? Yeah, see, Pork Chop knows the song about green apples.
That sounds like Lonnie Donegan there. But the apples are quite prominent and with the toffee, so for me it's giving them a bit toffee apple. Real, I really like the taste of this one, Graham, without water.
I think they're all absolute belters tonight, TP. All of them.
We'll put a wee touch of water in that. You're getting a nice, oaky, polished sort of ginger.
Ginger nuts.
No.
Ginger balls.
Root ginger. Well, look at the oil separating there.
You've seen that separating there, folks. Did you
Really
all
nice.
get that?
It was a lovely nose before, but it really is. You're getting the sweetness of the honey. That really is. Again, yeah, toffee apple. At first I thought it was quite bitter with the apple, but no, it sweetens and you just get that toffee coming through just very, very late on.
Yeah, there's certainly
It's a shorter finish I was expected for the third one. It's probably the shortest finish of the three. But it's really, I'm going to have a taste with the water now.
Very pleasant.
Oh, that's excellent.
I don't know, what whiskies can you get over in the States there, Gregor? Maybe you could give us a heads up, and maybe one week we could get the same whiskies here, and we could have you dial in online with us.
Or we could go over.
Yes,
take the whiskies
we'd
over.
rather go over. But Gregor, why don't you do some market research? See what whiskies we can get here that you can get there. Maybe the guys in Philadelphia could pick them up as well, and we could just have a big sort of jump in, free for all ish kind of thing, where you could join us online, like what Tatty Peel done last week.
2 weeks ago.
So 2 weeks ago.
I managed that. I was surprised I even managed that.
That was very good. That was excellent to see.
It's quite incredible whiskey, this, because without the water I thought it was medium to short. But with the water it's still lingering longer, and it's all toffee, sweet, really, really nice. The chocolate, dry chocolate, dark chocolate rather than dry chocolate coming through. That's definitely gets the seal of approval.
Come on then.
Wonderful whiskey.
Well done, team.
How'd you go?
Right, so Tatty Peel, before you say anything, let's ask the audience. Alright, Jamie, what one did you like?
3, 1, 2.
3, 1, and a 2. Okay. Richard, what?
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1. Da, da, da. Over the rest of the table over there. That's it. Anybody else? 3, 1. 3, 2, 1. All right. Johnny Walker.
He's the wrong way with them.
You like 2-3-1. That's interesting.
The boys
1-3-2.
Sorry, guys, that's the boys for Walliford. Just like the strong stuff. It's nothing to do with the flavour of the taste. Just the baby.
That's it. And what about our Newcastle contingency? 3, 2, 1.
Mary says 3, 1, 2.
3, 1, 2. Right, Davy Pringle, what are you on? Right. Well, I quite like number 2 as the first one, and I've got to say, I think I quite like that, but I might be doing that.
For me, definitely 3-2-1.
3.
Yeah,
2.
Even though it's a cast strength, it was lovely. I just the smoothness of the Anok.
Oh, so you put
really,
right.
really
Yep,
smooth.
yep.
Really with water in particular, it really just opened up, and it changed so much with the water. I thought it was wee jump to shot, then wee touch of water just lengthened the finish of it. Smooth, wonderful, but the Glen Scotia, no much between it. The Fetter Cairn was a wee bit behind for me, Graham, but certainly 3-2-1 in that order.
I've got to say, out of the Fetter Cairn, I've got to say I really enjoyed it for what it was. You know, it's I think when they sold it, it was only about £30 a bottle price mark. Obviously, you can't get it anymore. But so that's what makes it quite mysterious.
Fetter Cairn again is very much underestimated distillery, isn't it? You know, they didn't get the reputation to kind of sell for 70-80 quid a bottle. But no, it was nice. It definitely was nice. But I think the Anok was really just smooth, wonderful.
Yep.
And it's not the first time we've actually demoted the very expensive whiskey to
that's right.
place.
That's a good point.
And most people agreed with that. The number 3, the Anok, was
Stephen.
the best one.
Well, saying that, I mean Stephen Johnston was on 3-2-1. Michael Kelman was 2-3-1, very similar to myself. Aileen 1-2-3. And I've not even seen Brian Johnston or the First Lady coming up there.
John Duckett is happy with 1.
That's it. Now going on to just as we're just about to start pulling things down to a close, when's the next tasting there, Tatty Peel?
10th of September.
10th of September. And what exciting stuff have you got to try on that night? If you put your hand in the lucky box, see the Bladnock?
What's this one?
These ones here, 1, 2, 3, if you bring them all
Bladnock,
over.
Yep.
And if you can show that, the cameras can see them, right? So,
Bladnock, 11-year-old,
Yep.
is the first one on the 10th. Then we shall have Tullibardine, the Murray. Now, we've done a couple of Tullibardine. That's just off the 9 there at Blackford.
I know a couple that were up visiting it the day.
Aye.
Drank it dry. And then we've got the Scapa.
Yep. Which is Orkney Islands, isn't it?
Yep.
The Arcadian Scapa.
I don't think we've done a Scapa before.
We did, we did.
Was it? Or maybe
is it a 14-year-old or 12-year-old expression?
Way back.
Which is quite nice. So that, again, nice, varied, something completely different. Bladnock, that's quite a new distillery, isn't
That's it. Well, it's been down there. It's owned by an Aussie chap now.
Dumfries,
It's
right down,
Port Douglas, something like that. And then behind you, you've got the whiskies for the following week, which is the big hitters.
Balblair, 15-year-old.
Now you'll be liking this one, Tatty Peel.
Oh, the Aberfeldy 21.
I've taken it out in case you decide to drink it.
And the Balvenie Week of Peat. Yeah, we've actually done the Week of Peat before, but this is a different age, isn't it?
Yes.
This is the 14-year-old. It was just.
I think that's just out.
It was unaged, the Week of Peat before, so they do. That's not a week, but they do an episode of just the maltings with the peat in it. So right. So it's an annual event now for them.
Right, because that's the newest one that's out. So there's some exciting stuff, guys. So if we can ask if you just get your orders in as soon as possible. The folk from Newcastle have got their orders picked up to take home to save us posting it for them.
They'll be a discount now.
Say no more.
They'll be wanting us to pay for the bloody diesel to come as well.
That's it. Now everybody in the audience, everybody had a good night there, folks. Yeah, you've all enjoyed it. Well, thanks for being the first back from the lockdown group posse. We hopefully will welcome you on more occasions.
We'll try and get some folk off the pub watch next time.
That's it. Get a few more folk in. So that's it. Right, Tatty Peel.
Aye.
Anything else we're going to say or what we're going to say?
Slange.